Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Mimi with Mimi's Abundant Life. Today's video is about how I put together an emergency SHTF first aid kit for me and my family. Now, I started doing this when I was taking care of Mom, and I'm just going to keep carrying it through. I tried to cover all the bases in here, and I have just about everything to get us through to hold over until we could have either gotten to a doctor or had somebody come check her out or whatever. So I'm keeping that same mindset that I want to just cover all the bases. This is for an emergency, okay? This is a first aid kit. First and foremost is I have a pressure cuff. Now, I do know how to use them. And sometimes they're accurate, sometimes they're not. On my mom, it always told her blood pressure right to the last number, like right down. On me, it has me at like 300 over 200 constantly. Come on, I mean, I know that's not true. My doctor did say nothing beats a stethoscope. However, I don't have one. So I'm going to keep this on hand, just make sure there's fresh batteries in it. And maybe we can just gauge with it if we ever needed it. The other thing I like to keep on hand, I got this when I was taking care of Dad, is the oxygen monitor that goes on your finger, and it also monitors your heart rate. So those are two things that are very, very important to have, especially if you're a caregiver or if you have someone elderly in your home, whether they need care or not. Things can happen in a split second, so you want to make sure that you're prepared. I also, in this bucket, again, I went over to the Dollar Tree and got this bucket. A lot of these items came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to tell you what they are. I have an Ace wrap. I have some bandages, like for like an ankle support, like light support, and I have knee support and a wrist support. And actually, I have a couple of each. I have to locate the other ones. I have hydrocortisone cream, a full-size box of various Band-Aids. I have calamine lotion for butt bites and stings. I have burn cream. Now, that burn cream is a prescription. So I don't know. I've had it for a long time, but it's still good, so I like to keep it in my kit. I'm not getting rid of it. I don't know if there is a burn cream that you could get over the counter, but you might want to check that out. I have a soothing eye wash, which is, good if you get something splashed in your eye or something. I have another hydrocortisone. I have the triple action antibiotic cream. I have eye drops. I got to double check those to make sure that they're okay because there's been a lot of recalls. I have the ball for if you get wax in your ears. I do have the earwax remover. I don't know. That might be my medicine kit. So here's another little wrap, like for your wrist. This cream saved me over the summer. So I know Walgreens has it. It's a gel, and I was getting horrible bug bites every time I went out in the garden to harvest green beans. So I bought some of this. I remember the night I couldn't even move. I was itching. I did Instacart, and they came and delivered it. I guess you could get it in Benadryl too, but I got the Walgreens kind, and this stuff is great. I love to have this on hand. This is great for any kinds of rash or bugs or anything like that, bug bites. Always have petroleum jelly. You just never know. It's good for everything. So I got a tube of this. It's never even been opened. In this bag, I have some gauze wraps and tape. And then in this bag, I have very large bandages, and I'm going to show you what I've got. And sometimes I had to use these on Mom and Dad, so I stocked up on them. These are the very large bandages. And what's good about them is if you're taking care of someone else and you have to transfer them or reposition them in bed or whatever, if they get a tiny little cut and you put a tiny little Band-Aid on it, that Band-Aid's going to come off. So I found that the big Band-Aids not only cover the area, but they stay on better and they cover a larger area around any kind of wound or anything. And I just like them. I just think that they work great. I do have a small ice bag that I bought from the Dollar Tree. It holds like 2 or 3 ice cubes. I neglected to get that out, so I'm sorry. But I like to put that, keep that on hand. I keep that in the freezer actually all the time with ice in it. So if we need an ice pack in an emergency, we just take it out of the freezer. We know exactly where it is. It never loses its place in the freezer. Everything's always in the same spot. So again, just one of these plastic totes from the Dollar Tree can hold all this. For video purposes, I stood the items up, but I do lay them down and put the cover on it. Everything stays neat and clean. I can see right through. If somebody's sick, I can just go, gets hurt or something, I could just go get the bin, and I know where everything is. So this is how I put together a first aid kit for me and my family, but you do your own research. I am by no means giving any kind of medical advice, so please be aware. Research, find out what works for you and your family. Ask your physician or pharmacist who may know your situation better on what things that you should have. I hope that this video was a little informative, and I hope that you got something out of it. Most of these items, like I said, were bought at the Dollar Tree, so it's not very expensive to do this. I mean, you could just start out, find out what you have in your house, and make a list of what you'd like to have. Go to the Dollar Tree and buy it. Buy one of these little shoe boxes, and just put your first aid kit together. Put it where everyone has access to it and for an emergency. And that's it. So this is how I prep for first aid for an emergency during an SHTF situation. I hope this was helpful, guys. I love you, and I'll catch you on my next video.